relations with Canada go back a long way. Since 1896, actually, when the Sun Life of Canada opened its offices in the Philippines, even before we were a republic. And actually, our diplomatic relations go back 66 years, our formal diplomatic relations. And we opened our embassy here in Ottawa in 1971. And as far as Canada is concerned, they opened their embassy in Manila. They upgraded their consular office in Manila in 1972 to a full-blown embassy. First of all, our relations today are characterized by very strong people-to-people links. We have a very big Filipino community in Canada. As of 2011, there was over 660,000, but that was the last statistic of the Canadian government. And we estimate that it's about 700,000 today. We go back a long way. The first Filipinos who came to Canada to immigrate were actually nurses in Manitoba. This was in the 70s. They came from the United States, nurses and teachers. And then now, our biggest communities are found in Toronto, where we have in the Greater Toronto area, nearly 375,000. And then followed closely by our community in Vancouver, which was about 125,000, and in Alberta, which has about 113,000. We also have recently in Typhoon Haiyan. It will be recalled that Canada was among the first who came to our aid. They came up with this program wherein the donations of the private sector were matched dollar for dollar by the Canadian government. $85 million was raised among the community, and both Canadians and Filipino community. And the Canadian government matched it with another 85 million, so it made about 170 million that went to the Philippines through NGOs. Also, it will be remembered that they immediately dispatched their DART team to help to go to the Yolanda afflicted area in Tacloban. And we will always be grateful to Canada for their assistance to us. They were among the first to come to our aid. The Philippines has been identified as among the countries that are prioritized by Canada under the Global Market Access Program. This means that they have recognized our performance as one of the fastest growing economies in Asia. It also signals their shifting focus towards Asia and the Pacific. Also, the Philippines has been identified as a country of focus for development assistance. This country of focus tag means that we will be part of a handful of countries in the world that will be given priority for development funds. About 90% of the annual development funds budgeted by Canada are given to these countries of focus that are identified by Canada. Politically, we have had a lot of high-level visits between the Philippines and Canada. The first state visit from the Philippines to Canada was by former President Corazon Aquino in November 1989, followed by President Fidel Ramos in 1997, and then former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo in 2002, and now President Benigno Aquino will be visiting Canada on a state visit from later this month. Also, it will be worthwhile to note that there have been other high-level exchanges of visits. In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, Minister Paradis of Canada visited the Yolanda afflicted areas. We also had several visits of Trade Minister Ed Fast, who has been coming to the Philippines and meeting with high-level economic ministers. We also had a visit of Minister Oliver, who came to the Philippines with Prime Minister Harper, who visited the Philippines in 2012. As head of state, when the president arrives, he will be welcomed by the Governor General of Canada. Governor General David Johnston is the representative of the Queen. This is in accordance with the practice in Commonwealth countries. The president will, of course, be accorded full honors. There will be a one-on-one where they will discuss areas of common interest. I would imagine that they would talk about regional security matters. They will talk about trade. They'll talk about ASEAN and other multilateral organizations where we have cooperation with Canada. Also, there will be a tree planting ceremony in the course of the arrival honors, and the president will be given a tree to plant in his name. It is a tree that will be planted beside the tree planted by his mother, which has already grown into a full tree, and it will be shaded by the mother's tree, so it will be quite a symbolic moment for everyone. And then there will be a state banquet, after which the president will be able to articulate his views on our bilateral relations with Canada, probably highlighting the close people-to-people ties between our two countries, our increased tourism, our increasing trade, our maturing relations as far as our economic ties are concerned, and our people-to-people ties in the field of education, labor. The meeting with Prime Minister Harper will be an opportunity. Well, the overarching theme of this visit will be the 3 R's, I think we call it. It is to reciprocate. That is that the president will be reciprocating the visit of Prime Minister Harper to the Philippines in 2012. Reinvigorate, meaning we would like to elevate or deepen the relations. In addition to our very important people-to-people links, we would like to have stronger economic ties, security cooperation, tourism, and of course reconnect. The president will talk about his reconnection to the Filipino community here in Canada. We have the third largest diaspora communities in the country, and as Filipino is one of the more widely spoken languages here. We are hoping to see positive outcomes in our discussions on occupational health and on mutual accountability and for development assistance. And of course, there could be some agreement on labor cooperation with the provincial government of British Columbia. After Ottawa, the president will be traveling to Toronto, where he will have a roundtable meeting with CEOs of various businesses, mostly in the financial, transportation, and we are partners in ASEAN, Canada being a dialogue partner. We also cooperate in the ASEAN Regional Forum, the World Trade Organization. We're also in APEC. As you know, we are hosting the APEC Summit this 2015, and we have common priorities like the small and medium enterprises, and of course the theme of APEC, which is building inclusive economies. The visit of the president is a very good opportunity to raise the profile of the Filipinos in the country as responsible stakeholders of Canada. They are dispersed in areas that are non-traditional, like Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alberta, and in the Northern Territories. And they are the most highly employable ethnic group. They are, Tagalog is the, Filipino is the fastest growing language in the country. And most of them are very young. A large majority of the Filipino community are in the age group of 25 to 35. No? And also, the largest influx of immigrants from the Philippines are professionals, young engineers, IT workers, of course the caregivers, and low-skilled workers in the, many of them are in the food sector. When they learned that the president was coming, many of them had indicated their desire to meet with the president, and we are trying to accommodate them as much as we can, subject to, of course, the tight schedule of the president. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that Canada is a very hospitable environment for our workers and the Filipinos, and many of whom have made this their second home. But when they do need their help, the embassy is guided by our Migrant Workers Act, of course, where we extend assistance to all Filipinos in Canada, sometimes by way of visitation when they are sick, by way of helping them in repatriation. If they come to us, we are always ready to assist them. This is a very important visit because it comes at a very good time. Canada is at a juncture where it is expanding its horizon towards Asia, and the Philippines is the fastest growing economy in the region. We are the only country that has direct flights to Canada from ASEAN, and this provides many opportunities for business and high-level contacts to further grow. Nais ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng Pilipino dito sa Canada sa pagpatuloy ninyong pagtutulong sa ating bayan, hindi lamang sa mga kalamidad. Ang inyong tulong sa ating bayan ay kalugod-lugod at ang aming pinasasalamatan. Let us continue to work together as a united community here in Canada. Mabuhay!